Hi, my name is Noelle Copeland, and I'm a dental hygienist and your host for today's webinar, Clear Waters Ahead, Ensuring Safety and Efficacy in Dental Unit Waterlines. The objective of this webinar is to provide you with comprehensive insights into dental unit waterline safety protocols and best practices. My aim is to educate on the importance of maintaining dental unit waterlines to help prevent microbial contamination and ensure patient and staff safety. Your goal is to learn about effective monitoring strategies, treatment options to mitigate biofilm formation, and adherence to regulatory guidelines. So what is it that we need to understand about dental unit waterlines? Dental unit waterlines are integral to a wide array of dental treatments. They transport treatment water to the oral environment in many ways. Water is essential for not only the functionality of dental procedures, but also for patient comfort and the overall success of the treatment. Its purity and safety are paramount to oral health. So the environment that the treatment water travels through and is housed inside of is vital to infection control measures. It is literally the lifeline of all dental procedures. Dental unit water lines are a critical piece in maintaining safe dental water for dental treatment. They need to be viewed just as another piece of equipment within the dental office that requires strict maintenance and regular protocols. Traditionally, dental unit waterline products and manufacturer instructions for usage have made protocols and compliance more confusing and complicated instead of easier. The infection control challenge faced by dental offices exceeds the quality and utility available with most of the tools that we have, which has opened the door for significant opportunity for improvement. So what are the hidden risks of dental unit waterlines? Well, that would be biofilm. Biofilm is the star here, and it's a community of bacterial cells and other microbes that adhere to surfaces and form a protective slime layer. It's found in virtually all places where moisture meets a suitable solid surface host. Biofilm can contain many types of bacteria as well as fungi, algae, protozoa, and nematodes. Dental unit waterlines provide particularly suitable conditions for biofilm formation, but why? So what are the hidden risks for dental unit waterlines? Well, the water that flows through a dental unit waterline is slow and more stagnant than moving. And anytime water can sit undisturbed, bacteria can begin to grow and colonize, forming a biofilm. This biofilm is a slimy layer of microbial communities that are structurally complex and resistant to standard antimicrobials. And it's not just a random accumulation either, but a highly organized colony that skillfully adheres to the inner surface of waterlines, harboring a variety of potentially harmful heterotrophic microorganisms. All water has the potential to grow and harbor biofilm given the right environment. And dental unit waterline biofilm is present in virtually all dental waterlines, which sounds like an ongoing war, and it is. But we have to remember that fighting the biofilm is about winning individual battles and not the war. Did you know that the microbial counts can reach 200,000 colony-forming units within 5 days of installing a brand new dental unit waterline, even when the new line has utilized sterile water within the unit? That's astounding. Why though? Why is using sterile water not keeping the line clean? You would think that sterile water would do that, but the water was sterile. The dental unit waterline was not. It's new, but it's not sterile. So as soon as the sterile water is exposed to the dental unit waterline, bacteria begins to grow. The CDC currently recommends that dental treatment water test below the EPA drinking water standard of 500 colony forming units. But biofilms allow the CFUs to double every 4 to 20 minutes, meaning that the inevitable cycle happens thousands and thousands of times a day, making daily maintenance an absolute necessity and requirement for compliance. The EPA drinking water standard is the rule, as it is what mandates drinking water does not exceed 500. The CDC, OSHA, FDA, ADA, and OSAP guidelines currently follow the EPA drinking water standard for now, but the time is rapidly coming where this is going to be lowered and the requirement will be significantly different for dental treatment water. So here's some food for thought to help us correlate the biofilm virulence in practice and in dental unit waterlines. So biofilm isn't a foreign concept to us. We battle it every day in clinical practice while working in the oral environment of our patients. The difficulty in removing oral biofilm and fighting its imminent return mirrors the challenges faced with the accumulation and removal of the biofilm in dental unit waterlines. As soon as biofilm is treated and removed, it will begin the process of reforming. So if we look at this chart here, you have this comparison of fighting oral biofilm versus fighting dental unit water biofilm. You have a preventative strategy, which is your oral prophylaxis. That's going to the dentist and getting your yearly cleaning. So the comparison of this is your shocking regimen that you're doing on a regular basis. You're shocking the oral environment by getting a professional cleaning, a scaling and root planing, whatever is needed to get the mouth into an optimal place. That's what you're doing when you're shocking your dental unit water lines. And you get to your maintenance of how often you're shocking your lines by how bad they are to begin with. So the more contaminated they are, the more shocking you need to do. Just like with your cleanings, the more cleaning an oral environment needs, the more cleanings that are going to be required. So those are your preventative interventions. Your daily intervention is we're brushing and flossing and rinsing our teeth every day. That is the same as the daily water maintenance, the tabs, the straws, the flushing that you're doing on a daily basis to keep the dental unit water line clean. You're doing that with your toothbrushing, your rinsing. So this just kind of helps to bring the significance of how the biofilm is really present in such dynamic parts of how we practice dental care for ourselves and for our patients. The condition of the mouth determines the health of the teeth and gums, just like the source water quality determines the health of your dental unit water lines. Biofilm has one purpose, and that is to grow, mature, and adhere to anything. Regular intervals of prevention and daily maintenance are what is required to stay ahead of the oral biofilm. So what are the consequences then of neglecting waterline maintenance? Well, you create the ideal condition for growth, you create challenges for your maintenance and management moving forward, and it's silent and it's an invisible threat, so you don't always know that it's there, you can't see it. The unique environment within water lines is characterized by the intermittent water flow in a narrow, dark tube and in this inherent system that is plastic lines and tubing. So it creates almost a perfect habitat to have biofilm formation. The primary challenge in managing biofilm within the waterline system stems from the biofilm's slimy protective matrix. So this shields the bacterial community underneath it from the external threats, which would be the antimicrobial agents and disinfectants that we're using to try to break it down. The protection of the matrix allows the biofilm to thrive. So this makes regular cleaning methods less effective the larger the biofilm matrix is. As it builds up over time, portions of the biofilm can break loose and get expelled through the dental equipment, potentially infecting patients and clinicians. It can also mitigate further down the water line where it can set up new colonies, proliferate, potentially just spreading within the complete water system. Often the dangers in the waterline itself go unnoticed until adverse health outcomes occur. You will not necessarily see biofilm until it's quite colonized, and still maybe not even then. Unless it breaks off and is expelled through the dental equipment, you will not be able to see it in the water. Regular testing, shocking, maintenance protocols are absolutely crucial in this piece of detection, correction, management, and just in identification of the waterborne hazards that are present in the water lines. Traditional maintenance of dental unit water lines has been complex and ineffective at best, with over 30% of water tests that are being performed correctly still failing to meet health standards. And yet the most staggering statistic is that there is still a huge portion of offices that don't have any sort of water maintenance protocol or a testing schedule. This is a ticking time bomb, and it can have catastrophic repercussions, and it allows for some of these water hazards to grow. So you have Legionella bacteria, which thrives in warm, stagnant water conditions. Its infection can lead to Legionnaires disease, which is a severe form of pneumonia. Pseudomonas is a versatile and resistant bacteria to many antibiotics. It poses significant challenges in healthcare and can lead to various infections, especially in immunocompromised patients. Non-tuberculosis mycobacteria can cause infections when introduced to a susceptible host. It manifests as lung disease, skin, and soft tissue infections, and is particularly challenging to treat due to its inherent resistance to conventional antibiotics. So what do the numbers say? Well, BMC Oral Health did a systematic review and a meta-analysis of bacterial biofilm in dental unit waterlines in 2023. And the results were as follows. So 736 studies were identified and screened, and 26 related studies were included in the meta-analysis. They found that the total prevalence of any bacterial contamination was estimated to be between 69 and 85%, respectively. This also included the prevalence of Legionella and Pseudomonas as an estimated 8 to 12%, respectively. And that's just alarming. What else is alarming is case study examples. So this case report highlights the risk associated with amoebas in the water of a dental unit. So this is an ocular infection from dental unit water. A woman was wearing contact lenses and received dental treatment where the water from the handpiece was accidentally introduced to her eye. Her eye pain led to a diagnosis of a corneal lesion and inflammation, but despite treatment, her vision continued to decline, and amoeba were later found in the corneal samples, leading to a lawsuit against the dentist. Another case is Legionnaires acquired through the dental unit. This is an unfortunate story for an elderly immunocompromised man who actually died from being exposed to Legionnaires after visiting a dental clinic. The Legionnaires were found in very high concentrations in the dental unit water used for rinsing the oral environment at the dental clinic. The case, along with genetic analysis, suggested a direct link between the dental unit waterline contamination and the patient's infection. And it just showcases the lethal risk of inadequately managed dental unit waterlines. This case is a very popular one in the amount and scope of affected individuals. So this is the pediatric mandible reconstruction for osteomyelitis during the largest reported Mycobacterium abscessus outbreak in Orange County, California. This happened in 2016. The water lines at a children's dental clinic were contaminated with Mycobacterium abscessus. This led to the largest outbreak of this kind ever reported. 71 cases were identified, 22 confirmed, and 49 probable after patients all underwent dental pulpotomies at this clinic. One case, which is the case here, required extensive debridement and reconstruction of the mandible. The patient underwent several surgical interventions, including extraction of several involved teeth, bilateral selective neck dissection, and extensive mandibular debridement. Wow. In the end, over 500 pediatric patients had been exposed and 221 lawsuits were filed. That is a lot of lives affected. So this case from California serves as a very stark reminder of the dangers that can be associated with inadequate dental waterline management, emphasizing necessity for strict adherence to infection control protocols in all dental practices. So now that we've gone over just some of the factors of dental unit waterlines, what's next? So now we get to know the regulatory standards for dental unit waterline protocols. OSAP. Do you know who OSAP is? Does your office staff? Almost all dental personnel know who the CDC and the ADA are, but mention OSAP and there is less awareness about this organization and how it exists to protect the dental community, patients, and practitioners as a whole. While the CDC, EPA, and ADA cover a broad spectrum of stances, OSAP is specific, and here's why. OSAP stands for the Organization for Safety, Asbestos, and Prevention. It is a collective of dental practitioners, researchers, healthcare professionals who are dedicated to promoting infection control and safety within the dental community. They are a premier resource for education, research, and guidance on best practices in dental health and safety. So OSAP understood that one of the most common complaints around waterline maintenance has been the confusion around compliance, product usage, maintenance, and even training, which is what has led to waterline failures in over a third of all dental practices. So in response to this complaint, OSAP released the following protocol recommendations. This is a comprehensive list, and it is the goal for every clinical office. So the OSAP protocol for dental unit waterline maintenance starts with adhering to quality water standards, the 500 CFU, based off the EPA drinking water standard. Conduct routine microbial testing. Implement waterline treatments. Flush your water lines daily and between patients. Maintain and disinfect your water lines regularly. Opt to always use sterile water in surgical procedures. Train your staff and keep very good records, and act promptly on any water quality issues. So this is your comprehensive list. The only thing that's missing is the products. So while there are numerous products out there that are available, not every manufacturer offers every piece needed to maintain this list, and then mixing products from different manufacturers is not recommended. The IFUs can complicate the compliance and the protocol just in general. So while some offices may be doing some of these, most aren't doing them regularly, and so many are not doing anything at all because it's confusing, because the products don't go together, and because just the process as a whole doesn't necessarily fit. So where do you start? Well, testing. Testing is where you start. You have no idea of where you are going, how long it's going to take you to get there, unless you know where you're starting. So testing and screening your dental unit water lines is the first step in maintenance and in starting and maintaining your journey. And one thing to know here, just as an added informational slide, is that dental waterline safety is steadily moving from just regulatory guidelines and standards to more rigid laws with local enforcement. Pressure has already started at the state level, with Washington now leading the way with its 2021 ruling. The ADA is currently engaging this potential, while the CDC is actively doing research to support a more robust system to ensure practices meet and exceed water safety standards. So where do you start right now? Like we said, testing. Testing is where you start. Implementing dental unit waterline best practices for enhanced infection control. So now we're going to talk about Sterisil's SAFEWATER solution for enhanced infection control. The SAFEWATER protocol by Sterisil is a straightforward way to take control of waterline safety within your practice, and it aligns with OSAP's recommendation for waterline maintenance. So this incorporates products that were designed to work together. So this effectively reduces the effort while increasing success, compliance, and efficacy, all very important. So it also outlines a swift corrective measure to ensure that SAFEWATER, patient safety, and maintenance puts you ahead of the biofilm. So this reduces the test shock cycle through rapid results that allow for immediate action. It incorporates the most effective and the most efficient disinfection approach. So the Sterisil SAFEWATER solution is a test, shock, and maintain protocol. The only way to know what's in your water is to test it, and test it regularly. So because bacteria and biofilm will always be present and rapidly proliferating, if your practice is not testing regularly and properly, your waterline biofilm is definitely growing and it's getting more complex, which means it's going to be more difficult to eradicate and break down. So your Sterisil SAFEWATER protocol starts by screen testing your waterline every month. You're going to follow that up by shocking your lines. No matter what happens with the test, you're always going to shock your lines. So proactive proactive testing and screening means staying ahead of the biofilm and saving time. And Sterisil allows you to do this by allowing you to react to a failed test immediately. So let's talk a little bit more about the Sterisil options for testing. So our in-office screening test is the Sterisil Fast Check 15. This is the monthly test that we just saw in the slide previously. So this test is faster, simpler, easy to perform. It provides results in less than 15 minutes. And this is actually the very first in-office screening test that gives an immediate result for how safe your dental treatment water is right now. So unlike other tests that take days and even weeks for results, this has an easy to read pass-fail strip for results for water exceeding 500 colony forming units, which allows immediate same-day remediation response, and it's also the most affordable testing option, which is fantastic. So the other option is the mail-in R2A. So this is Sterisil's standard check. This is your quarterly testing. It's quarterly or it's in response to repeated failed tests. So it also can be at the inception of a new protocol program. So if you're just now going on your journey with dental unit waterline maintenance protocols and testing, you'd probably want to just go ahead and start with your R2A, because your R2A is going to give you a comprehensive breakdown of where you're starting with your waterline. So this is a 5 to 7 day turnaround, and you actually get a water quality lab report, and it's designed to count the exact type and number of heterotrophic bacteria that's living currently in your dental unit waterline. So the R2A is the gold standard in testing, and Sterisil's standard check is the only EPA certified R2A lab test. Standard check finds slow growing bacteria that don't show up on rapid testing. So the results of this test will determine your focus for dental unit waterline frequency and shocking and screening test. The only way to know what's in your dental unit water, as I've said previously several times, is to test it, and test it regularly. The bacteria and the biofilm will always be present. They're never going to be eradicated, and they're not going to be there. So it's always there and rapidly growing. If you're not testing, and you're not testing regularly and properly, the biofilm is growing and it's getting more complex. Like I said previously, the more complex it is, the more difficult it is to eradicate it. And just again, so let's talk about when you should test. So monthly Fast Check 15 and quarterly R2A. You should also test immediately after a protocol breach. Testing 5 days after shocking from a failed test. Testing after an office closure of more than 4 days. So if your office is closed on a Friday and Monday is a holiday, you need to test after you come back from that holiday weekend. You also want to test after installation of any new dental treatment products. If there's a boil water alert, or if you change your source water, you also want to test after that. When you're installing new equipment, a chair that will utilize the dental unit waterline, you want to test then as well. So now that we've talked about the first process in the protocol, which is testing, now we can talk about shocking. So the Sterisil shock tablets are the only dissolvable, non-oxidating silver ion shock tablet available. These tablets are orange, so you can actually see the shock moving through the line. It's safe for use in any system without the need for a dummy straw, and it's specifically compatible with Sterisil's silver ion straw. So shocking, as I've said, is a regular repeated process, and it's done to disinfect the dental unit waterline. It's helping to remove some of the biofilm buildup. The shocking of the waterline drastically and rapidly lowers microbial levels and biofilms by treating the top layer of the biofilm. So this isn't something that penetrates the entire biofilm colony. So when you're shocking, you are getting that top layer of biofilm, and so on and so forth. So every time you shock, you are getting the top layer. When you are treating on a daily basis with your maintenance, you are preventing another layer from continuing to grow. So effectively, what should happen over time, you're maintaining on a daily basis, you're shocking so that you are lowering those levels, and over time you can get down to a very small amount of matrix buildup. Regular shocking is absolutely necessary to lower the layered biofilm colonies, hopefully in their entirety, and prevent them from regrowing and reforming. But human error, office closures, water maintenance issues, there are all sorts of things that come into play that can affect this process. So if we stick to the test, shock, maintain, then we're always staying ahead of the biofilm. We know the biofilm is going to be there, so if we continue this process and we're always testing so we know where we are and where we're going, we're always shocking so that we know that we're doing the treatment, and then we're always maintaining, then we are in compliance somewhere within this protocol. There are other methods that have been used in the past for shocking dental unit water lines, and one of those I get asked about a lot is bleach. So using bleach as a shocking agent in a water line does offer effective disinfection, but it does that at a cost because it poses several drawbacks, including corrosiveness due to the oxidative properties of bleach. So this can damage our expensive dental equipment, and it can degrade the internal mechanisms and the rubbers and the plastics of the equipment that we use. So handling bleach is complex in that sense, and using it also requires careful safety measures and specific dilution ratios to avoid health issues from fumes and skin contact. It also leaves an unpleasant residual taste in the water, so it can impact the patient experience if it's not diluted correctly. And it also has an environmental impact. It's limited effectiveness against biofilms due to protective barriers and potential to form harmful byproducts through oxidation reactions just further complicates its use. So using bleach is no longer recommended. It's just too harsh. So how do you use the Sterisil shock? So this is the IFU here for the Sterisil shock, and it's very simple. So you use the Sterisil shock before the regular use of the Sterisil maintenance tablets, and you're going to start this by emptying the water from the bottle at your unit. You're going to press the orange Sterisil shock tablet into the bottle. You're going to use warm distilled water. Wait 60 seconds for the tablet to dissolve. You're going to swirl the orange shock solution around the bottle to help clean and disinfect the inside of the bottle as well. Don't forget to do that. That's an important part of the process. Then you connect the bottle to the dental unit, and then you run the lines until you see the orange color appear. And then you stop, and you're going to leave this to sit into the lines overnight. The following day, you empty the shock solution completely from the water bottles. So for your first initial use of the Sterisil shock, you're going to repeat this process for 2 additional nights. So you'll have your shocking process in the evening at the close of the day. You'll come in the next morning, empty the bottles, and then go through your regular patient flow for that day, and then you're going to shock again that night. And this is a repeated process. And that's for the initial use. You don't have to do that every single time. Thereafter, you just use the Sterisil shock with a new bottle, a new box of the Sterisil tablets on a monthly basis, whichever comes first. All right, so now that we've talked about shocking our lines, let's talk more about maintaining them and maintaining our dental treatment water every day. So we have our Sterisil all-in-one maintenance tablets, which I just spoke about. We also have our Sterisil silver ion technology straw, and then we also have Sterisil cartridges. So now we're talking about maintenance. The Sterisil straw utilizes silver ion technology, and this provides 365 days of worry-free water, and it's guaranteed to sustain source water at 10 CFUs, colony forming units per milliliter of water. So this is super simplifying maintenance. So this is the option on the other side of daily maintenance tablets. So outside of putting maintenance tablets into a bottle every day, this is 1 straw, 1 year, 1 step. You can't get any simpler than that. It significantly reduces bacterial count well below EPA standards. The silver ion straws are actually 20 times more effective than their iodine straw counterparts, and the Sterisil straw also comes with the initial shock built into the straw, and it doesn't require removal, dummy straws, or daily maintenance. So you can still continue to shock with the orange Sterisil shock, and you don't have to remove the straw. They were designed to work together, which is one of the main draws of using a system where the products are actually designed to work with one another. Your other maintenance option from Sterisil is the Sterisil all-in-one daily maintenance tablet. This is for reservoir bottles without a straw. It utilizes the same silver ion technology as the Sterisil straw, and it's the only maintenance tablet that includes an initial shock treatment, which is fantastic. So it also cleans and maintains dental treatment water at the same 10 colony forming units as the Sterisil straw. It eliminates the need for emptying the water bottles and purging the lines at the end of each day, which is another piece of lowering the protocol compliance possibility of a mishap in office. So the human error portion. So every time the bottle is filled with water, you drop a new tablet in, and you don't have to empty the bottle at the end of the day and put a new tablet in the next day. You just wait until the bottle is empty. So if you don't go through the whole bottle in one day, you leave the bottle on the unit, you carry over to the next day. When the bottle runs out, that's when you add the new maintenance tablet in. You don't have to do it on a daily basis. So as we're talking about efficacy and efficiency, it's good for us to just kind of counter the conversation to why iodine is inferior, and it's an inferior maintenance solution, and why silver is superior. So silver ion technology is superior to iodine with efficiency and efficacy. Iodine straws require almost 258 steps every year to maintain source water, as opposed to Sterisil's one-step silver ion straw. So you can take a look at this chart here. If you are familiar with iodine straws at all, they have to be changed out every 6 months. So those are some steps. Quarterly, if you are testing, then you're going to have to remove the straw and reinstall it. Monthly, if you are shocking, you are removing the straws. You have installation, you're shocking, reinstalling, and then just daily maintenance. You're removing the bottles, drying the bottles, wiping the straw, reinstalling, as opposed to one step, one process, one straw with Sterisil. So it's more effective, it's more efficient, and it reduces the human error portion that seems to be a huge component in waterline protocol breaches that we've seen in some of the case studies that we've talked about and just looked at here today. So why is silver better? Silver ions actually disrupt the bacterial cell wall and the DNA. So it's effectively preventing microbial reproduction and biofilm formation. So the pros of using silver ion technology are long-term antimicrobial protection. So, and this is without frequent reapplication. So it's always working in the dental unit waterline and in the reservoir bottle. Its efficacy starts at 10 colony forming units versus iodine straws and iodine options that start at 200 colony forming units. And also iodine depletes over time. Silver ion technology does not. It starts at 10 colony forming units, and when you change it out, it's still at 10 colony forming units. Silver ion is non-toxic to humans at operational concentrations, so it's a safer choice in general. It doesn't affect water's taste or odor, which is enhancing the patient comfort and patient experience. And it's compatible with dental materials, and it prevents equipment corrosion. Very low maintenance application. Like we said, it's one step, 365 days of daily maintenance. So let's talk about iodine-based options just briefly. Utilizing iodine to disrupt the microbial metabolic functions within dental treatment water. Some of the pros of that is that it offers a rapid short-term antimicrobial action, which is great, and it is effective against a wide range of pathogens, but the cons is that the efficacy of that isn't sustained. We talked briefly previously that, iodine-based options start at 200 colony forming units, and it diminishes each day as the iodine is depleted and used in the treatment of the water, versus a silver ion technology straw that starts at 10 colony forming units and isn't depleted like an iodine straw. It also introduces an unpleasant taste and odor to the water, that iodine flavor that you can pick up on. It does have the potential for corrosiveness to dental equipment and material compatibility. It needs careful handling due to possible adverse reactions in sensitive individuals to the iodine. It doesn't offer continual disinfection, and it only works in the reservoir bottle, because the efficacy loses potency as soon as it's implemented. So again, we're talking about upwards of 258 more steps annually to use an iodine straw, which leaves so many more options for human error, and the human error that causes the protocol breaches. So it's more compliance strict than the option of using a Sterisil silver ion technology straw, which is the one step, one straw for 1 year. So let's talk about OSAP protocol and the Sterisil SAFEWATER protocol. So comprehensive waterline safety starts with a system. We've talked about some systems here today, but it works when the system is simple and efficient. Sterisil is the only company to have a protocol with products that help to ensure the CDC guidelines are meant for dental unit waterline efficiency and efficacy. They do this by matching the recommendations from OSAP. So when every drop matters, so does every detail. So looking at this chart here is just a brief example of how Sterisil has made the progress of connecting with the protocol suggestions from OSAP. So again, let's review the Sterisil SAFEWATER testing protocol. We're at implementation and best practices. We're implementing a comprehensive approach to dental unit waterline management and infection control. This requires adherence to best practices, including regular testing, use of approved disinfectants, and maintenance protocols that work. Education and awareness are crucial for the effective management of waterlines. Dental practices have to stay informed about the latest guidelines and recommendations for infection control and waterline management. The Sterisil SAFEWATER testing protocol is your gateway to be able to do that and to sustain that. As infection control technology advances beyond the methods of decades past, it's clear that modern dental practices require solutions that align with the latest standards and scientific insights. The days of relying solely on incubating microbes for testing and using iodine as solution with its many side effects are way behind us. With discussions underway to potentially revert the testing standard from 500 colony forming units to a more stringent 200 colony forming units, Sterisil's silver ion technology emerges as the definitive answer here. Sterisil's advanced silver ion solution not only meets the potential rigorous standards, but exceeds them, offering a safer, more effective, and reliable approach to dental unit waterline disinfection. Enhancing Sterisil's safe water protocols and solutions is not just about keeping with the technological advancements. It's about leading the way and ensuring the highest level of safety and care in dental practices. The Sterisil straw delivers a powerful treatment through silver ion technology with simplicity and consistency. 20 times better efficacy than iodine straws, continual waterline treatment guaranteed for 365 days, built-in initial shock treatment, clinically proven to kill odor-causing bacteria in dental unit waterlines, easy to install in any bottle, no oxidizers that may damage handpieces or affect amalgam separators. Municipal and distilled formulations ensure optimal performance is achieved with a wide spectrum of water quality. I want to thank you for joining me today for this webinar and for taking greater steps in education in your dental unit waterline journey with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to help.